Ride or die. You have 3 to 5 seconds to react is the instruction given to Russian motorcycle soldiers to evade the Ukrainian FPV drones stalking them. With more and more motorcycle assault groups, Russia is hoping to war of aggression against Ukraine for a breakthrough on the front in the Donbass. Russian motorcycle tactics are also in a constant state of flux. In the beginning, there were a few, and then more and more reconnaissance vehicles that sounded out gaps and weaknesses in the Ukrainian defense for the following combat and infantry fighting vehicles. Nowadays, the Russian army forms entire motorcycle assault groups in squads, groups, and even platoons, depending on the target. The tactic behind it: crossing the no man's land, now known as the drone trench, as quickly as possible. This gives the Ukrainian defenders, who form a protective screen in front of the positions with their reconnaissance and FPV drones, as little time and as few usable targets as possible. The Russian instructions to the motorcycle soldiers see the motorcycle as an opportunity, not as protection by armor. The time from detection by a reconnaissance drone to the appearance of FPV drones is given as 30 to 90 seconds. If a drone is detected, the group should split up at a distance of at least 50 meters from each other. Riders are advised to take refuge in hollows, in the forest, or between trees. Light motorcycles are particularly suitable for this tactic. If the motorcycle group passes through the area controlled by reconnaissance and attack drones, the motorcycles are abandoned and the soldiers immediately engage in hand-to-hand combat. Videos from the Donbass show fighting between Russians and Ukrainians within hand grenade range. The images of the battlefield are not sharp enough to clearly identify the brands and types of motorcycles. The only thing that is clear is that they did not come from Russia. The Russian motorcycle industry never went much beyond copying the BMW R71 from the Second World War, developed much further. Neither Ural nor Dnieper or ISCH were able to make any technological leaps forward. Sharper pictures of symbolic handovers of motorcycles to the troops provide more information. Enduros from the Chinese brand Brismoto are heavily advertised, with 250 cubic centimeters and 21 horsepower or 300 cubic centimeters and 25 horsepower. The cheapest models cost the equivalent of around 1,500 to 1,800 euros. The bikes are highly off-road capable and can reach speeds of up to 100 kilometers per hour on the road. Russian military television broadcasts show training rides and clips of attacks with such motorcycles. Day and night, Ukrainian FPV drones hunt Russian soldiers attempting to slip through Toretska's ruins, while ambush teams wait in destroyed buildings. This systematic elimination campaign has turned Russia's last hope into a meat grinder, consuming every reinforcement sent forward. Here, Ukrainian forces are expanding their control by securing more key positions to prevent the Russians in the encirclements from having any chance of survival. The last Russian hope in the form of elite reinforcements sent to the rescue is being shattered, with the Ukrainians having them firmly in their crossfire. The Russians are clinging to their final chance near Dobropilya, and their desperate plan is to push in fresh reinforcements and claw back Toretska. which currently lies in the gray zone, where some houses are held by Ukrainian troops and the rest are dominated by Ukrainian drones. The Russians see this as their only way to reconnect with their trapped pockets. But the reality is harsh. Every approach is under Ukrainian fire control. Every move is watched, and every soldier sent forward risks elimination before even reaching the front line. Despite some Russian presence in a trench fortification across Toretska, these remnants are unable to move outside due to relentless strikes. Ukrainian Commander-in-Chief Alexander Syrsky is monitoring the battle closely, visiting the Pokrovsk and Dobropilya sectors multiple times in recent days. He frequently gathers his corps commanders together to discuss and plan out the next steps, react to Russian movements, and ensure his forces on the ground have everything they need to accomplish their missions. The next Syrsky's operation puts the focus southwest of Volodymyrivka, with the goal of keeping Russian pockets cut off and unable to consolidate the gray zone. If we look at the topographic map, we will see that by advancing to the southeast and strengthening their positions here, Ukrainians will effectively seize control of the entire high ground. In turn, this would secure the flank of their clearing operation, making its way south, and deny the Russians any chance to counterattack from above. Notably, Syrsky commented that they have found a way to crush the enemy, with a special focus on the neutralization of the recently redeployed Russian 155th Marine Brigade, notorious for the Bucha massacre. Labeled as Putin's favorite brigade, it has been a focal point for Ukrainian attention wherever they are deployed, and the unit has been decimated and rebuilt at least 13 times due to heavy personnel losses, now once again facing determined Ukrainian retribution. The Russians' last hope is quickly unraveling, as geolocated footage shows Novotoretsky crawling with Russian soldiers trying to slip through, but instead being cut down by swarms of Ukrainian FPV drones. Day and night, Ukrainian operators track even single infiltrators, striking them with ruthless efficiency. Those who manage to survive the drones face Ukrainians waiting in ambush, kept safe against Russian counterattacks from the high ground. On the southern edge of Novotoretsky, 2 Ukrainian soldiers hidden in a ruined house let a group of 8 Russians approach. At the perfect moment, they opened fire, dropping 3 instantly and finishing the rest with grenade launchers as FPV drones swooped in to complete the kill. Hours later, another assault group was annihilated as they tried to rush forward on motorcycles.